Could physically demanding military duties and activities over many years cause scoliosis that didn't exist before a service member entered the military? I want to share my perspective as an orthopedic surgeon in this video. My name is Dr. David Geier, triple board certified orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist, and anti-aging and regenerative medicine expert. I help veterans by writing Nexus letters that argue that your orthopedic injuries are connected to your military training and service so you can get the compensation you deserve. This is a video, one of many of a series of videos I'm making in which I answer service-connected questions or service connection questions that I get from military veterans across the United States. This one was interesting, one that probably is not one of the more common questions I get, and it's this. I was in the military for years. I performed a lot of heavy lifting, almost all with my right side. Could those activities have caused me to develop scoliosis that I didn't have before entering the military? So thoracolumbar scoliosis, basically an abnormal lateral curvature of the spine and the thoracic spine and the lumbar spine, mid-back and lower back, no question, can lead to pain, decreased mobility, decreased function. Not always, but it can. Now, tons and tons of cases, a huge percentage of cases of scoliosis are what we call idiopathic or congenital. You had it as a very young kid, then maybe you get into your MEPS exam, your military entrance exam, and they find scoliosis at the time of that you came in. But you can enter the military, not have scoliosis, and then have physically demanding military duties and activity that either cause the condition or aggravate the condition if you already had it due to these rigorous physical demands. And so for the purposes of the disability claims process, establishing service connection can be important. Basically, you want to demonstrate how duties like heavy load carriage, repetitive lifting, trauma can initiate some of these spinal changes that become scoliosis years after you left the military. Some of the military roles that so many of you do, carrying heavy rucksacks that weigh 60, 80, 100 pounds or more over long distances, lifting wounded fellow soldiers, comrades, hauling equipment during training and combat operations. There's so many more. I'm just right there, we're good. But they place a lot of load on the spine, but also uneven loads depending on how you do it. Those uneven loads lead to microtrauma to the discs, the bones, the cartilage, the ligaments in the lumbar spine, and those microtraumas accumulate over time. Studies have shown that load carriage training in soldiers can cause immediate spinal alterations, but then that causes changes in the paraspinal muscles due to edema and various other things, leading to compression of intervertebral discs, a decrease in the total lumbar intervertebral distance, the height between the disc spaces and the vertebral bodies, reducing what are called the neural foramen, the space where the nerves come out over time, disrupting spinal alignment, increasing angles in the spine, leading to curvature problems. This scoliosis doesn't develop bang, just all of a sudden you have it. Develops years later through degenerative processes, through that repetitive heavy loading that causes disc degeneration, disc bulging. And studies have shown anywhere from 2 to almost 4 times higher rate of disc herniation in jobs that involve carrying heavy loads compared to low load jobs, leading to disc degeneration that affects spinal stability. You get the muscle imbalances leading to abnormal vertebral wear that do what? They promote the curvature. Initially, it can just be an initial back strain. Doesn't seem like a big deal till MRIs years later show this progression, show a potential curvature that either wasn't there before or it's worse now. Also, then you end up with things like degenerative disc disease, nerve root impingement, and neuroforaminal stenosis that have progressed over time. You throw in trauma from falls, jumps, vehicle vibrations that I've talked about in another video recently. All of this leads to secondary issues, not just the scoliosis, but things like spinal stenosis. Now, when you're talking about filing a VA claim for this, that's where the medical nexus letter becomes critical, basically showing those different service-related activities and how they lead to increased stress on the spine. Combine that with service treatment records, X-ray and MRI reports, maybe even buddy letters can definitely help show that all those duties had a very negative long-term impact on the health of your spine. If you're interested in learning more about the disability claims process, I wrote an ebook You can have it absolutely free. There's a link in the description below this video talking about the most common reasons for denial of disability claims and potentially how you can beat those. Again, just click the link in the description below this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell to be notified when I release a new video and when I start my Veteran Nexus Letter live shows, usually the first Monday of each month. They're tons of fun. Definitely join us for that and ask your questions. If you're interested in potentially pursuing a Nexus letter for your injury or condition, click that same link in the description below. Scroll down, you can learn more about working with me and working with my team. We do everything we can to make the process simple. We try to make it quick, and I really try hard to write a Nexus letter that gives you the best chance of success in your claim. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to helping you.